So after a weekend of 3 days of every time we rally up to the daily 50 moving average and we can't get above it, in Bitcoin we are trading above it pretty nicely today and testing the 20 moving average. If we can squeak that little bit higher, we should see that next leg begin. If we go down to an hourly and take a look at where we are, it's been this hourly 200 moving average really that's been the problem, and now we're breaking above it. I've got this line here because, let's hide that. This is really kind of been this support and resistance that we've been underneath. So these lows, now highs, and here we are breaking higher. No guarantee that we're going to go high, but it's looking good for it at the moment, isn't it? If we look at fib levels, just short term, this 61.8, if we push above it, 786, so on and so on. If we look at where we are likely to end up, I think the 1.618 of this pullback first. In other words, if this is just going to stay in consolidation, this rally, where are we, and we're just going to make a lower high, where would we end up? If we make an ABC here and go to 1.618 of this correction, that puts us up around 98.50. This is Binance prices with Tether. If we move this fib here, like this, you'll see that it's around that 61.8 level, and so a lot of support and resistance here. So 98.20, 98.50. I think if we can break another leg higher, going higher, that's what we're looking for. Why are we looking for 1.618? Because this first swing of correction, even if I measure from here, didn't really, is only at the 38.2. If I measure it from here, then this is a 61.8, and then I'd be looking for a Gartley. So I would still be looking for, around here, because that's short, 9,700. I think 9,800 is probably where everything lines up to go to next. Watch out for people trying to short there, especially if this is the high. So this is, if we move everything up and say this is the start of a correction. So we've got our A leg, and now we're doing our B leg, and so that would be the place where, well, the first place where people would start to look if they were going to short it or distribution. I'm not entirely convinced about that. I feel like this may have been, a funky correction that started here, or I still think that we could see another leg higher, and new highs. So I'm not going to rule anything out at the moment. We'll just go by the setup. So at the moment, above this 4-hour 200 moving average, which we're trying to get above, here it's at 94.31, and if we quickly peek, we're just at it. So a good shot that we continue higher from here. This is a little pullback head and shoulders pattern if we look at it on an hourly as well, really. So here's our left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We could draw it like this. We'll connect the neckline, if you like. I don't mind them if they slope down. I'm not a big fan if they slope up the other way. So if that's the head and shoulders pattern, then we could also say, okay, from here to the neckline, measured from the breakout point, where's our target? And hopefully, if we've done it right, it'll still give us around at 9,800, 9,700. So yeah, higher from here anyway.